All right, we're gonna go on a little swimmy swim. Think I might try to get to the reef over there. It's like maybe 400 meters out or so. Haven't done that in a while. All right, we're gonna go on a little swimmy swim. Think I might try to get to the reef over there. It's like maybe 400 meters out or so. Haven't done that in a while. Might give that a go. But it's gonna be a relaxed one today. These are mornings in the grow. Let's do it.
I'm waiting for something to change. 'Cause when I'm not here, it's like I'm flying. And I don't know why I feel pain. 'Cause when I'm not here, I keep on falling. I've been waiting in silence to see a little bit of fire, but all I see is you. Yeah, I've been waiting in silence to see a little bit of fire, but all I see is you.
There's a turtle, but it's so much faster than me. Couldn't catch him. I think he likes those little jellyfish things. I don't know what they are, but I don't like swimming in them. I think the turtle likes to eat them. I think they're like little jellyfish thingies. I don't know. Not too far back, too far out. The reef is over here somewhere. We're close. Morning, Billy.
So I feel safe and sound. Yeah, I can't forget. I keep searching. I need you to be found. So I feel safe and sound. I've been hiding out for days next to
back to the program. Hope you guys enjoyed that little break, that little swim break, if you will. Next up, we got some drone shots from a sunset, I think like 2 days ago or so. So a few more minutes, then we'll get back to the program here. Enjoy. Afternoon, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. We are back to our regularly scheduled program here. There I am. Happy Sunday to you all. We are back in the grill, back in Jamaica. And I think most of you are coming from the premiere that we just did with the interview with Mr. Grizzle, which I kind of want to talk about, actually. I wish there was a way we could do like a premiere and like I'll be in a little corner with my picture and I could interact live with you guys on my camera. I think that would be pretty awesome. But all we got is the comments. So I figured we could also do it here because I think he talked a lot about a lot of, I think, really important subject matters that have to do with Negril, and I think affects the whole of Jamaica, as a matter of fact. And I kind of wanted to take the time today to kind of dive into our conversation a little bit deeper, and also get the insight from you all and see if you agree with what Mr. Grizzle is saying. But of course, before we get into that, please let me know what city, what state, country you are chiming in from. Always like to know and hear from you all wherever you are around the world. Sorry, I got a little bit of a cough here. Been battling this ever looming cold, sickness, flu. I don't even know what you call it. Like, I've been having it for like 2, almost 3 weeks. It's just been like creeping up on me, goes and comes kind of thing. But I think we're at the tail end of it. Anyway, this is what the beach is looking like here in Negril. we have a cold front coming through at this time. This is like the third one, like 3 weeks in a row or something like that. It's kind of crazy. I wouldn't say three. Well, I probably three within a month. I think we can comfortably say that. On 1 second here. And as you may or may not be aware, I was in New York last week unexpectedly for a funeral. It was actually for my friend's mother's funeral. I grew up with him and his mother, of course, across the street from us in New York. So had to go up and represent the family for that one. I was really happy I was able to go and to represent my family, and of course to support my friend as much as I could. So I appreciate all the well wishes that you all have sent me on the community page. I'm just realizing, sorry, I am not getting any of your comments here on my computer. I think I need to reset my browser, but I'm just gonna post a quick video so that I can do that. Give me 1 second, because I do want to be able to interact with you guys. So let's do the Negril sign real quick. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna tell you that I love you 100 times a day. You'll get tired of my voice, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I'll miss you. I'll miss you if you go. Yes, I'm gonna let you know just how much I tell your mama, I tell your papa too. I'm gonna let everyone know about my love, so I really hope you love me too. Yeah, I really hope you love me too. I'm gonna tell you that I need you. I need you every day. You'll get weary of my touch, that's how much I'm gonna tell you that I want you. I wanna let you know, oh, you're the only one for me, no one else. I'm gonna shout it out, yeah, up on the mountaintop. I'm gonna let everyone know about my love, so I really hope you love me too. Yeah, I really hope you love me too. Oh, there's something deep inside.
Okay, there we go. That worked. Okay, I can see everybody's comments now. I don't know what was up with that, but let's roll through them real quick, and then we can get things started here. So I guess before I get into that, I think I talked about this. Did I talk about this last week? The cold front that we had, the first cold front that we had a few weeks back. It was like really, really bad. I'm sure you saw it on the internet or in the news. There was just tons and tons of seaweed. There was a lot of beach lossage as well, up and down the beach, depending on where you went. And now we have like a third one coming in, and there are still properties that haven't even fully recovered from the first one. And it's just so interesting that this kind of weather is happening. Like at this time of year, I've never seen it happen like this in such a succinct fashion. And I've been here 18 years, and I've talked to other people who've been here for a while, and they say the same thing, that they haven't seen it like this ever. And definitely with the seaweed, they've never seen that much seaweed. I didn't see it for myself with my own eyes, but from what people told me, it was up to your knees at some parts of the beach, which I think most of that has been cleaned up. So yeah, it's just interesting to see that we're getting another one coming in like. Sorry about that. Switched internet connections. Hopefully we'll be okay from here on out. Okay. Let's hop into the comments and we will get the show on the road. Julia for Justice, good to see you. Thanks for chiming in. Happy Sunday to you, Suzette. Chelsea says, I'm living in paradise. Yeah, it's not too bad here, even with the cold front and the rough seas and the windiness. Sherry, I am sending you some sun. Hopefully it'll get there soon. Corey MPA, good to see you. Lisa Marie, good day. Throp and Throppers chiming in from sunny Connecticut. Awesome. Glad to hear it's sunny up there. Shay K says, beautiful and blessed Jamaica. Diana Bryce says, happy Sunday, Throp and Throppers from Ottawa. Loved the interview with Mr. Grizzle. Such an interesting perspective as always. Definitely. Like I said earlier, we're gonna hop into that perspective a little bit deeper here today because I think there's a lot to dissect there. And it's funny, we did we'll probably release this in a couple of weeks, but we did a follow-up interview, in-studio interview, just because the interview that we did with Mr. Grizzle, from what I recall, I don't think that was planned. We just were there doing a shoot and we're like, hey, let's do an interview. So we go much deeper in the interview that we'll release in the next few weeks. Optin says, blessings from Baltimore. Happy Sunday, Sherry. Rohan, love the intro, Throp. Thank you very much. Camille says, good afternoon from New York. Good to see you, Camille. Vivian, from Toronto. Chelsea, the sun setting is mesmerizing, talking about the video showed earlier. Thank you. It was a beautiful one indeed. Raymond says, beautiful day here. Travelers, well. Everton, thanks for chiming in. Norman Davis says, you're killing me with this scenery. I know, I'm very lucky here. I don't take it for granted at all. Norman FL, happy Sunday from Croydon, UK. Mikhail, hey Throp. Yes, the minister said Negril Airport is next. Yes, it's hopefully it happens sooner rather than later. And same with these bypass roads. I can tell you the drivers here, the taxi drivers, are getting more and more irritated by it. Particularly in Hopewell, Lucy has become a little bit better now that there is they've converted the one way into the two way. So they said that helps tremendously. But Hopewell is another bottleneck. So they're even talking about, some of the drivers are telling me yesterday or the other day that they are recommending on some days to actually go basically through Sav instead of going through the North Coast. Let me see if I could bring that up for you. And they just said this based on the traffic in Hopewell, those bottlenecks, it's not even worth it, even though it's like longer in terms of distance. It's better to go that way because you're just going to save time due to the traffic. And I'll just bring that up for you real quick, just so you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, so see here, like normally you would go, like here's Negril on the left side of your screen. Normally you just go, fastest distance between 2 points is a straight line, right? So this is the straightest line you get is across the North Coast to get to Montego Bay. But there is, the two biggest bottlenecks is here in Hopewell, and then also Lucy, which I just mentioned, got a lot better. However, what they're recommending is that you take, this is what they call Long Hill. Yeah, this is what they call Long Hill. I don't even know the name of it, the real name of it. But this is just like kind of right outside of Mobay. This is in Reading. And you basically take it all the way through the mountains and come out here, basically a little past Sav, going through Ferris, and basically come through the south, in the middle of the country, and then go through the south coast. Much scenic very much a more scenic route to get to the airport, and like I said, much longer in distance, but just less traffic from what the drivers are telling me. I haven't taken that route in like a really long time, like literally years. But they are telling me that the road there is very it's patched out, it's nice, it's drivable, a little bit more scenic, a little bit more time than the hour and a half that it used to take to get to the airport. Now you have to plan for at least 2 hours, to especially if you have a flight to catch, you got to plan for at least 2 hours if you're going and that's not even guaranteed if you're going to the North Coast. So just something to keep in mind, and just from what people are telling me here, and then also even my own experience, it's just like you get it caught in any one of those those bottlenecks. It could be Hopewell, it could be in Montego Bay coming out of the airport, the top road or bottom road. You all know what I'm talking about. Who knows? That bypass, that highway can't come soon enough. Trust me. Okay, let's keep going with the comments here. PTAY chiming in from Atlanta. Jay Fitz, happy Sunday with Throp and fam, checking in from Atlanta. Great interview with Mr. Grizzle. Hoping to be back in the grill this year to look at land for purchase. Amazing. Gareth is chiming in from ATL. Good to have you. Carrie chiming in from Maryland. Mikhail, Rana, awesome. Very diversified groups here. Jacqueline is in the grill. Awesome. Rohan is saying, how's Throp X looking? 2024 looking really good. Looking really good. We're going to launch the site and tickets, everything next month, which is a month earlier than we did last year. There is way more. I mean, at minimum, double the demand / increase that I've been seeing compared to last year this time. We weren't getting any increase for Throp X last year this time at all. But now it's like weekly, it's almost daily that somebody's asking me about Throp X 2024, which is great. It seems like we really laid the groundwork, and shout outs to all of the speakers and the professionals that we had come there. I mean, you all are the ones who are really delivering the value that you all need out there, and looking for information to either invest or move here. And definitely commend all the panel speakers who come and really deliver in the biggest of ways. And we've been planning for 2024 since 2023 ended, and it's looking really good. And we are going to set up a few different things as far as, because we want to be a lot more inclusive and get more people to come. And so one thing that we're gonna adjust this year is we're gonna actually put in payment plans for people who want to kind of divvy up their payments instead of asking for one set payment, right? If you want when you want to purchase. So hopefully that would get more people to come. Of course, we're going to have dynamite speakers and just a dynamite schedule. Like I said, we're always trying to up it from one year to the next. So thank you for asking, Rohan. And sorry, the last difference that we will make for this year, it's going to be later in November. I just want everybody to keep that in mind. It's going to be later in November, and there's a date that I don't want to announce it here, but we're just trying to take into consideration Thanksgiving, and that's the only reason why I haven't announced it at this point in time. So we just need to make a final decision on that, and we'll announce it and launch it in March. So thanks again for asking, Rohan. Tisha, hello from Florida, missing Jamaica. Good to see you on here. Sherry chiming in from Cincinnati, Ohio. Jay Fitz says the beach is looking amazing. Yeah, even with these choppy waters, it's still pretty nice. Cassia says, I'd swap that for London, that beach for London today. Norman's watching from Florida. Donna, hello from sunny Georgia, the Peach State. Pete says, Mr. Grizzle reminds me of Oliver Samuel. I haven't seen Oliver in how long? Checking in from New Jersey. Hello from Columbia, South Carolina, Shamika. Thanks for chiming in. Karen Baker is in the house from Florida. Who else we got? Joe, what's going on? Hi, Throp and Throppers. Good to see you. Hi, Andrew. Thanks for chiming in. Rohan says we're talking about the Negril sign land behind is all morass. That's right. Garden Duncan says, hi, I live in Seattle, Washington. I grew up in Half Moon Bay, California. Been visiting the grill since 2008. Plan to retire there. Awesome. Happy to hear that. Ravine, happy Sunday. From Florida, Dwayne King says, are there any upcoming developments in the grill? Not in the grill. All I hear is I mean, I've nothing that I can announce. Put it that way. Nothing that I can announce. Everything that I've heard at this point is I would have to put in the category of a rumor. And even though for one place I actually saw like architectural drawings, the only one I think I've talked about here is the one Mr. Richard Wallace is doing on just up the beach up north. And I don't know too much about it. I spoke with him a couple of times, but nothing in detail. That's the only one that I can confirm because he's specifically told me about it, and you can see work being done there. But outside of that, I don't know of any. I do know somewhat. None that I can say is happening and that I can announce here, so to speak. But as soon as I'm able to, I will definitely let you all know. Thanks for the question, Dwayne. Olivia chiming in from BK. Donna Bryce says cold front caused cool temperatures and lots of rain in Kingston yesterday. Yeah, it was breezy here yesterday and breezy here. Excuse me, today, as you can see. This says the cold front is mirroring that in Florida. We don't expect it to be cold this late in February. Same. Tracy chiming in from Maryland. What is going on, Justin? Late, but you are here indeed. Julia for Justice says, I saw a bulldozer clean up seaweed. Any idea what they did with it? From what I understand, most, if not all, everybody with the bulldozer, they just dug trenches and buried the seaweed in there. And that's what you're supposed to do, from what I understand. Red Girl chiming in. Thanks for being here. Meryl Murray says, blessed Sunday, all London, UK. Awesome. MVL. Good afternoon, Throp and Throppers, chiming in from the Washington, D.C. area. Cherie, good to see you. Maureen Brown, good evening from rainy, cold London. Nostalgia killing me. Oh, well, I hope this is bringing you some warmth over there. Dale chiming in from Tampa. Mikhail says that's where the new highway will be run along by Long Hill. That's right. And that's right outside of the, and we talked about this before, where the Pinnacle is going. Hold on. Where are we? Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is where the Pinnacle is going. We talked about this is going to be the tallest buildings in the Caribbean, 428-story towers. We talked about that, I believe, the last live stream that we did. Byron, good afternoon, checking in from Baltimore. Happy Sunday, Crossroad Halfway Tree. RN2 CEO, good to see you. Thanks for chiming in. Raymond Bernard, born in St. Mary. I was very proud to be on the first American flight to Ian Fleming yesterday. 5-hour drive to Travelers. Oh, wow. Awesome. Good for you. Good for you. How was that? How was that experience? I saw photos in the paper, I believe, today, as a matter of fact. Simone, greetings to you as well. Chiming in from ATL. Noel Duncan, Hopewell is bad news. Was there last July and it was really bad. Lucy was easy. There you go. It's kind of confirming exactly what everybody is saying. Yeah, Hopewell is, and it's just, the road, the road. And it's just, it just comes down to management. It really does. It really, really does. And, I don't know what the resources are like in that town, but it's literally, I hope I'm getting this right. This is Round Hill. I believe this is and please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm almost certain it's this road right here going up that long hill, coming around the corner. And it's just, I don't know if it needs a stoplight. I don't know if it needs a crossing guard, but this is like the one corner that will hold up traffic all the way past Round Hill, and sometimes even close to the bridge over here, not the bridge, the hill over here. Just incredible. Just like one area that just simply just cannot be managed, like just poor management. And I would presume they have the traffic data, or somebody has anecdotal knowledge of when the worst times are. And it is just really, really shameful that it's just kind of just left, and like whatever is whatever. And this is like one of the things, it's like, you think about, like, people are like, hey, we need this bypass road, we need, I mean, I think it's an inevitability, to be honest, but people wouldn't be crying and screaming for it to happen like yesterday if this was better managed, you know? And what's going to happen, I think somebody was telling me this about Porus, as a matter of fact, with the highway and bypass, the highway that they have over there. Like, I'm not going to predict that this is going to become a ghost town here, but obviously less traffic, less commerce, or maybe it could turn into like people who actually want to do business there. They're going to actually go there because it's less crowded. But at the end of the day, I personally think it's going to be a net positive for Jamaica when there is a highway that just goes past that bottleneck. But even now, again, I think that bottleneck can be managed much more efficiently, much better. But for whatever reason, it is not. KC, thanks so much for becoming the newest member to the Throp channel. I really, really appreciate it. And I shout out to all my channel members. I appreciate you all. It really goes a long way. Your contributions to this channel, it really helps us move forward and really helps us to grow and helps me to deliver as much value as I possibly can. So thank you, KC, for becoming a channel member. 80s Hair says, blessings, Throp. Looking forward to your next Throp X. Stayed at your resort last week and had a great stay watching from RK Hotel in Kingston. Awesome. Thanks for staying with us. Really appreciate that. I got to check out that hotel. I went there and shot outside. We shot a video there across the street, and that was before it actually opened up. So it looked nice from the outside, and for the pictures and the videos that I've seen now, it looks great. So I want to check it out personally. SK Skipper, need more podcasts, upload Mr. Throp. I'm telling you. I'm trying to figure out this pipeline. That's the name of the game here. I got a lot of content that I'm sitting on, as a matter of fact, but just trying to push it out. But we're working on it. Batman Good Vibe says, hi, I'm from Dallas. Looking forward to visiting the grill in Montego Bay in May for my 55th birthcation. Awesome. I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful time. Joan chiming in from Bermuda. 80s Hair says, what is being built next to the hospital and the grill? It is a commercial shopping plaza. From what I understand, it's supposed to be a KFC. There's been rumors about a Starbucks, but somebody said Starbucks is not going there. So I don't know who's to say, but it is a commercial plaza. That's what I know. That's literally right next to the new hospital. Shayna, what's going on? Happy Sunday to you as well. Anita chiming in from London. 80s Hair says, Margarito and Mauve is closed as it sustained damage from the cold front. Yeah, some of those like seafront properties had the same thing. Got a little bit damaged, and it could be a little bit dangerous with I don't know if the sea is as rough as it is out here, but it could be a little bit dangerous. She says, what kind of development is Mr. Wallace working on? It's a housing development on the northern part of the beach here, which we desperately need. Andrew Senior TV says, secure Irish mosh on beach. Know what to look for. Yeah, I know sea moss is in high demand. Shane Frank says, have a blessed one. Thank you. David Stairs, good to see you, man. Good hanging out with you the last few weeks. Thanks for always making it travelers, and good to know that you got back home safely. Congrats to Vanessa on the new car. Eddie Sayre says, come see the highway bypass, major work happening in Iron Shore. Yeah, I heard. I've seen, I think we shown, man, I forget the name of the guy's channel, but he was showing the updates on the highway with his drone. We took a look at it a few weeks ago. Natalie Holmes says, good afternoon. Checking in from the beach road after short stint on the West End. I had dinner with friends at Travelers Friday evening. They left yesterday. Awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out here at Travelers. Much, much appreciated. Tia says, hello from Brooklyn, New York. Good to have you, Tia. Anita says, hope you get better soon living in London with rain and very cold weather. Oh, no. That's what I keep hearing about London right now. The Outlet TV show says, hello, have a blessed Sunday. I am happy for the infrastructures happening in Jamaica. Same here. Excuse me. Mikhail says the Prime Minister said that they are going to build a bypass for Hopewell. They are now looking at lands. Yeah. Like I said, it can't come soon enough. And it's just like, we got the Princess Hotel opening up. I know we've been speaking about this forever. It got pushed back till April, I believe. And I mean, who's to say what effect that is going to have on the traffic coming to Negril? But this is going to be the largest hotel in all of Jamaica, 2,000 rooms. They're opening 1,000 rooms this year. And it's right here in Green Island, as you can see here in the middle of your screen on the map. And then Negril is right here. So we're talking about, 15 minutes to the northern part of Negril from that property, from that hotel. To me, it's just going to exacerbate the bottlenecks that already exist. It's just not going to help the situation. And so the urgency for solutions cannot be overstated. RN2CEO says, I was recently in Jamaica and last Tuesday, and it rained all day in Mo Bay. Shayna says, just a friendly reminder to hit the like button if you haven't already. Yes, that would be much, much appreciated. Lloyd Roberts says, blessings. Stop tuning in from Yonkers, New York. Looking forward to my visit to the island in the next 10 days. Always a pleasure to listen to your live informational broadcast. We'll visit Travelers. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing you. Shane Frank says, homecoming this year, Manchester. Awesome. Congratulations, Shane. Very excited for you. Very, very excited. 80s Hair says, Hilton Rock Hotel has a great vibe. The pool area feels like a resort, perfect for a vacation, business destination. And I like when investors take that huge leap of faith. And downtown Kingston isn't super developed, but it's from just the natural raw infrastructure standpoint, it's so beautiful. It just needs some sprucing up and some investment, and it's just awesome that they came in so early. And when investors do that, I just like to wish them all the best, because it also inspires other investors to go into that area and to help build it up and help to develop it. Nadine, hello from Ocean Point. Awesome. We always talk about Ocean Point here. 80 Sarah says Margarita sustained damage, and they hope to reopen in 4 months. Oh my gosh, I didn't know it was that bad. Wow, I was just kind of comparing it to I know Pier 1 got damaged from the first cold front, but they opened up relatively quickly. So I thought it was going to be something like that. That's so interesting. First I'm hearing about that. Thanks for the update on that, 80s Hair. Rohan says, Throp, how's the progress development that you and Noel announced last year on Throp X? It's going slowly, but things are happening with that, and I'm hoping to give some more concrete announcements in the next few months. But thanks for asking, Rohan. Julie says, well, I'll go on Throp. Just came across your channel and plan to look up the Ruddock soon in the grill. May stop by to see you. All right, please do. Miami Cycling, nothing to ask or add, but just a what's up. Miami Cycling in the house. I know who you are. Thanks for chiming in, man. Appreciate it. Raymond says, first flight to Ian Fleming was incredible. Big party in Miami. Met Transport Minister Montague, who was on the flight. Water cannon, welcome in JA. Lots of locals and media. Props to the JA Tourist Board. That's awesome. It sounds like it was a good time. Atlanta Yardy says, visiting travelers in April, love the show. Thanks so much for the donation there, Atlanta Yardy. Much, much appreciated. Looking forward to meeting you in April when you come on down, and thank you for staying with us. I appreciate it. Sukana Bite says, great interview with Mr. Grizzle. Thank you. Mikhail says, Princess Resorts will be a banger. Yeah, I know I've been talking about the Pinnacle as from a residential standpoint, but I think the Princess is also like the Pinnacle being a game changer, which it is undoubtedly. But I think the Princess is going to be a game changer for Jamaica in like a huge way. I think it's going to be a huge game changer for Negril as well. What I think people will start doing, people who live in Negril, or maybe people who are considering living in Negril, I think you're going to get people who live in Negril to go to the Princess because they're going to have a casino, right? And I'm assuming, I said this before, I'm assuming that the casino is going to be open to locals and to people who aren't staying there. And I think you're going to get a lot of people just going there to just hang out, make an evening, maybe even just do a staycation, just to have that experience. And I think that's all that's going to come from Negril, and that's also going to come from Lucy Montego Bay as well, because it's like 15 minutes from Negril. And so you're going to have a change in what I like to call like a change in behavior. Operational behavior of like the surrounding communities. I think that's what's really going to happen. And then even from an investment standpoint, I think people are going to look at the possibilities of other large, and I think both large and small investors, it's like institutional investors, that's what I consider like large investors. They are going to come to Negril even more and want to be a part of that action. Oh, Jamaica as a whole. But we've been talking about the rumors of the one in here in Westmoreland on the other bookend of Negril, and yeah, some pretty big and large things are going to be happening. Mikhail says casino will be open to the public based on the law. There you go. I figured. So, I mean, that's going to be confirmation. I mean, I'm going to at least go there to check it out. That's the least. Will that become my spot? I doubt it. I'm not much of a gambler. I'm not any good at it, so I won't be going there. I definitely won't be going there that often, at least to do that, but I'll definitely be going there to check it out. Peter von der Horst says, what about the Negril International Airport plans? I think it was you, Mikhail, that said that the Prime Minister talked about that recently. But still on the books a few weeks ago. I don't know if you were there, Peter, but I was actually it was a few months now. I was on a call with the consultants for the airport, and it was just a video conference call with stakeholders here in Negril, and then also many of the powers that be who are going to be pushing this plan forward. And there is consideration for making it a little bit larger than it was originally planned to be. And then also there is consideration of figuring out where this thing should be, as a matter of fact. So nothing. I truly believe it's happening, but like what the plan of that is it's not super clear at this point. At least from that last meeting, they're still doing their due diligence, which they should be. And I don't know if there was a meeting afterwards. At least if there was, I was not invited. Crossroad Halfway Tree. Jamaica was planning on building an ice skating rink. I think they should put it in a grill. Really, first I'm hearing that. That's pretty cool. I'm assuming it would be indoors. Larry Smith, what are they doing with the piece of wetland on your right, leaving the grill? Golf course. Would be nice to dump it up and make an entertainment hub. No, that is the Great Morass. So that is a protected. So let's go to where you're talking about. Right here. So this is the Grill Hills Golf Course. This is what Larry's talking about. So this entire, and I believe this is what you're talking about, but like this entire ecosystem, if you will, this is a protected area. However, there have been talks about putting a road that goes through it somehow. I don't know how they would do it, but if it's not through here, maybe it's over here towards the mountainside. But I do believe that something needs to be done to cut out Negril. Say if you don't have business in Negril and you have business in, say, Little London or Sav, and you just need to, like right now, you're forced to go through Negril. I think a bypass road is so necessary. The traffic, like I said before on this podcast, like Negril has a rush hour now. Like the traffic is just getting, it's going to get crazy. Like you already can see, I believe like in less than 3 years, you're going to have, it's going to be like gridlock here. Like it's like so clear to me. And it just keeps getting like a little bit slower, a little bit slower. And like as I'm driving there and sitting in it, and just like it's moving steadily. Don't get me wrong. During certain parts of the day, especially like during the weekday, like it's moving along. It's moving along. But I like as I'm sitting there and just kind of leisurely going down Norman Langley Boulevard to and from, it's kind of a good thing because it does slow down traffic, and I think that's great. And anybody who's lived or spent any significant amount of time in Negril knows that we've in the past we've had some very, very horrific accidents, and even Mr. Grizzle alluded to it in the interview that we it just premiered. And we used to have some horrific traffic accidents, either fatal, near fatal, or life-changing accidents monthly in this little small town of Negril, sometimes more than once a month. And there have been a lot of measures put into place to mitigate against that, with the rumble strips and the pedestrian crossing path, the 4 stoplights that we have, and also the shared user path. So all of these elements have severely brought down traffic accidents and fatal traffic accidents in Negril, and I think all of them working together has saved just countless lives, and it's been a real game changer for our community. But now, coupled with those 4 elements, just with an increased amount of people and cars and vehicles on the road, it has also naturally slowed down traffic in Negril. And again, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. You just got to prepare to leave your house a little bit longer. But I do believe there will come a fever pitch at some point in the near future where it'll be ridiculous. You know, at certain parts of the day, at least, it'll be like ridiculous. It will be a parking lot. It could be a dream weekend situation. And for those that know, you know. Jacqueline says, what about the settlement that we have to pass going into the town? Are you talking about, can you clarify, Jacqueline, what exactly you're talking about? 80s Hair says, downtown Kingston is rough, but it's on the upswing. Hilton investing there means they see growth and solid investment. I felt safe walking down Art Row and in the market. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I was there a few months ago, and I felt the same. I felt pretty safe there as well. Walking to different restaurants, walking downtown, and from whatever, I haven't spent a lot of time downtown Kingston before this, but from what everybody says, it's like night and day. And like you said, I think it's on the, I believe you're right. I think it's on the up and coming for sure. Joe says, Throp, I know you're right after mine. What are your plans for your big 40th? Yeah, we're working on it. We're working on it. I'm not sure, but I'm going to be here in Jamaica for sure. We're working on it. Last minute plans. I wasn't going to do anything. I literally was going to go just to do a dinner, and then my brother was like, no, you should really do something. That's a milestone. I was like, all right, you're right. So trying to work out the details, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here in Jamaica, be home. Crossroad, halfway tree. The middle of downtown Kingston needs serious attention. Mikhail says, no, Transport Minister Darryl Voss yesterday said Ian Fleming Airport said Negril Airport is next on the list. Oh, awesome. Thank you for that clarification. Not the Prime Minister. Darryl Voss said it. Let's make it happen. SK Skipper says, building a golf course over wetlands is crazy, very dystopian. Jamie Brown says, been to Negril years ago, 1994. I know it's a nice place. Never think of moving there until I start watching your channel. Awesome. I don't think it's a bad thing to consider. Gareth says, is the Jungle nightclub still active in the grill? It is. It is. It's the only nightclub in the grill. Still the only nightclub here. Donna Bryce says, I see that the railing on the bridge in the grill that had been damaged is being fixed. Thank goodness. Yeah, from what I understand, that was done by the chamber. And, you know, the procurement process here in Jamaica is debilitating. And it was explained to me actually by Dr. Kerry Wallace, the CEO of the executive director, sorry, of the Tourism Enhancement Fund, and he was just explaining to us at Throp X what it takes to fix a road, and I was just like, oh my gosh, that's like priority number one for the government, because it's just so arduous. And same with this bridge that we had here. If you know what we're talking about, there was a vehicle that ran over, that took out the bridge. Everybody said that this has never happened in the grill. I know it has never happened as far as I know in the grill. And from what I've been told, it would have been taking like an extremely, extremely long time. I mean, months. It was there for weeks already. I'm trying to bring up the article here, but it doesn't show a picture. I mean, it just shows a picture of the vehicle. But hold on, I guess I could show it to you. Yeah, this is a picture. It went over the bridge and it took out like a big section of the railing, and it's been like that for weeks, unfortunately. And there you go. November 9th is when it happened, and it was only up until maybe January 8th, excuse me. And it was just up until a few days ago that it was fixed, and I believe it was done by the chamber, if not Mr. Issa. I would want somebody in the chamber or the chamber came together and did it because somebody's going to fall over that thing. It was just a matter of time, and somebody almost got hit by a car, as a matter of fact, from what I told, because the sidewalk where the bridges was crowded, or they didn't want to go too far over, and it's just a very, very dangerous situation. And unfortunately, it would have taken many weeks, if not months, to get this thing fixed. And the community came together and decided to take it up upon themselves to make it happen, to make sure that the citizens of Negril and its visitors would be safe crossing and walking past that bridge. Jacqueline says, we have a settlement or squatting where they are going to build the market. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, down there at Whitehall. I don't know what the plans are for those folks, but this was years ago, probably close to 10 years ago, that I know plans were made for those folks to have formal housing that they were to move into, but I'm not sure where that is right now. Donna Bryce says, I recently found out that the RK stands for Renaissance of Kingston, shows confidence by foreign investors in the rebirth of downtown Kingston. Oh, that's so awesome. I love that. Good day, Throp. A bit late, but better late than never. That's right. Hope you are well. Hello to my fellow Jamaicans. Good to have you on. Garfield says, any live reggae shows in the grill? Keep up the good job. I'm sure there are. I'm just out of the nightlife game here in the grill, and I have guests ask me all the time, hey, what is there to do tonight? I have no idea, not a clue. I need to just keep up to date with these things so I can pass along some accurate information on what's happening here in the grill. Donna Bryce says, from what I understand, the railing had to be custom made to fit. Job well done. For bid, I was told. Larry Smith, on the grill really needs more houses. Any plans in the pipeline? No, you're dead on. There definitely needs to be more plans for housing for Negril, like the full gambit, from affordable housing all the way up to luxury houses. Like
We need all of it. There is like, I will say, like, there's like not one particular type of demographic that you can necessarily lose on in the grill, because the demand for everything is needed here. And there's this, I mean, there's a lot of evidence to show this, right? And even from what I'm hearing and seeing here on the ground, the grill could use a lot more housing. So like I said earlier, there are plans. I can only call them rumors. Like I've heard of a development here, development there, but nothing that I could say and announce that, hey, this is happening, right? So just I'll let you all know. I'll let you all know as soon as I hear and as soon as I can announce. Corey MPA says, anyone else getting advertisements in the middle of the live? This seems new. Oh, it's where. So I clicked it. All right, let me know how that experience. So I did try that. So I have it going every 18 minutes. Let me know what you all think of it. If it's annoying, I'll stop it. But that just came up, and I was like, all right, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. If it is messing with the experience here, let me know. And we can adjust, and that is new. I thought that was interesting. But thanks for bringing that up, Corey. 80 Sarah says, I was very pleased with the hospitality at your resort. It was my second stay after dining on your patio for years. Awesome. Thank you so much, 80 Sarah. Darnell, what's going on? And thank you so much for the donation. Really, really appreciate it. Always appreciate your support. Man, I can't thank you enough. Darnell, checking in from Queens, New York. I've become a Jamaican map expert after watching your weekly streams, Throp. Also, I'm getting into running. Just finished my first 11-mile this morning. Shoe recommendations would be great. Awesome. Congrats, man. So I always say with shoe recommendations, it really depends on your feet. So like I have like super flat feet, so I usually am running in a heavier shoe, more stable, a little bit bulkier, because I really do need to protect my ankles and just my body, my leg and body structure in general. So I don't know if you know Paragon Sports in Union Square. That's where I recommend everybody to go to. Paragon Sports is great, and also Brooklyn Running Co. Those are my two go-to places for shoes and all things running. The people there they're runners themselves. They know shoes. They will not custom fit you, but they will recommend shoes that are custom to your particular situation, your particular running goals, and those are my two top recommendations. And it's worth spending a few hours there out of your day, and you'll learn so much about running from these folks. They're really awesome. So Paragon Sports in Union Square and Brooklyn Running Co. They have a few locations in Brooklyn. I don't know if they have any in Manhattan, but I know they have one on Flatbush near Barclays, and they have one, I believe, I want to say Williamsburg, but I could be totally wrong. But you can look it up. No, those would be my recommendations for shoes. And then also, people tend to forget this: get good running socks, especially as we're moving into the spring. Don't be buying cotton socks. Huge mistake I made when I first started running. But there is I can't remember the name of the website, but there is a running website specifically for socks. And so you want to get good socks as well that are a polyester cotton composite, I believe. But like those folks at those stores will help you out. Don't get me started talking about running. We will spend the entire live stream talking about running if I get started. But thank you for the question, Darnell, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about running. And thank you again for the donation. I always appreciate it. Andrew Blake says, Throps, how's the plans going for London? Plans are going. I don't think I've expressed it to you, but I've been battling a meniscus injury, and it's been so annoying, honestly. I just haven't been able to get into a running rhythm. And I don't think I'm going to pull out of this race, but we're basically almost at the 2 month. No, we're not almost at the 2 month mark. Probably closer to the 3 month mark at this point. But yeah, it's just been very annoying with training. I just haven't been able to get into a rhythm with this knee injury, and I basically almost had it for a year at this point. Just haven't had time to get an MRI. But my backup plan is to get a, depending on the MRI, either cortisone shot or a PRP shot in my knee, and that should, I mean, I only like, just to be able to finish the race, I really only need 6 weeks to train for it. You know, it won't be anything spectacular as far as time, but at least I'll be able to finish it. But that's kind of where my head is at. I know that we are planning a get together in London somewhere, but my focus is like just to get healthy for this race and to be able to complete it. And again, I don't plan on pulling out, but of course, I'm going to make the best long-term decision for my body. And I would say the next 2 weeks are going to be crucial, going to be really, really crucial for me to figure that out. But I will keep you all informed and up to date where we are. And I think once I get either one of those shots, either the PRP or the cortisone shot, I think my training will be a little bit more stable. But I am cross training, but I'm just not running, you know, and you need to run in order to prepare for a marathon. You know, being on a bike and swimming can only do so much. But like I said, I'll keep you all posted on that. Thank you for asking, Andrew. Rohan says Woodstock has a great live reggae show on Thursdays. Thank you for that. I did not know that. Camille McKenzie says, what ultimately motivated you to start your channel? Oh, what a question. What a question. I actually started this channel thinking I wanted to be, initially I wanted to be a travel influencer. That was my number one thing. And the timing of everything was also great. Kind of great, I guess. I was transitioning out of the operations here at Travelers Beach Resort, and my brother Wingate was taking over from me, and I was looking for, hey, which direction should I go in? And I was very much involved in the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association. I was the chapter chairman here in the Grill for 2 years, and then I was on the executive board for 1 year. And at the time, like I was considering like making that into like a career move and kind of going deeper into hospitality on a more a broader basis, if you will. But I also looked at this as a window at that time, a window of me pursuing something that I was interested in, and which is really was more so being like a filmmaker. And I always was interested in doing things of that nature creatively, and I was very inspired by a lot of the travel influencers that were out there. And I actually asked like this was 2017, fall of 2017, like me and my cousin took a trip to the Caymans, and we like, you know, we bought like all this equipment or whatever, and we filmed this vlog that has never seen the light of day. And then I also wanted to showcase my running, which I was just talking about earlier. And I quickly found out that nobody cared about my running, and I also found out that being like a travel influencer it's such a hustle. It's such a hustle. It's very, very expensive. And then also at the time, I had no idea how to edit, so I shifted. I shifted to focusing on Jamaica, and I figured like that's where I could add the most value to the marketplace, so to speak. And with like being from New York, like being born and raised in New York and then moving to Jamaica, I thought that that was unique, and that would be something that some people might be interested in hearing about my experience. And then I shifted to, excuse me, I shifted to sharing the experience of others who were who had moved here. And you know, I think there are folks out there who can naturally relate to me, but I think there are other people out there that folks could naturally relate to. Say a retired nurse from the UK who was born in Jamaica, who moved back to Negril or moved back to Jamaica after 40 years of service. And you know, you can just kind of go down the line of the different people who have taken this journey and who made the transition to calling Jamaica their home or calling Jamaica their home again. And it kind of just spiraled from there. And then we started a conference together here on this live stream. This is where it started. This is where the ideation came from. This is where the name came from. And it just kind of took on a life of its own. And this channel works like both sides of my brain, like the business side and then also the creative side. So I get a lot of fulfillment and internal nourishment by doing this sort of thing. And I really enjoy it. I really enjoy meeting people like you all, either just here on the internet or in real life, and hearing your all stories. And I'm glad I am able to just pass along, just give as much value as I possibly could, And I also thought it was kind of funny when I was in the JHTA. This was like 2016. I remember sitting in the JHTA office on Arden Road in Kingston, and they were talking about getting all these influencers to come into Jamaica, because back then, like, influencers were like this hot new thing that was just on the rise. And I was like, man, why doesn't Negril have its own influencer, And at the time, they weren't talking about bringing influencers to Negril. They were just talking about bringing it to Jamaica in general. And I was like, what if we had our own internal influencer in Negril? And then I thought, hey, maybe I can be an influencer. And then, this didn't come to fruition for another 2 years. But I remember having that thought very specifically at that time in 2016. And one of the motivations that kind of gave life to this was that even to this day, like, I feel Negril is always being left behind, and we're all, in many ways, an afterthought. This is without a doubt, this is the most attention that we've received in the last couple of years. We're talking about a bypass road. We're talking about an international airport now. We're talking about a highway. We're talking about mass development. We're talking about the largest hotel in Jamaica. In 2016, and most especially when I first moved here, we were without a doubt the redheaded stepchild of Jamaica in so many ways, where we feel like we brought so much value to the country, but we get almost nothing. And that remains a commonality, I would say, to a lesser extent now, for sure. But nonetheless, when you, again, look at what we bring to the table as a community, we just don't get a lot. Honestly, we just don't get a lot. So I figured having a channel of this nature and building a platform and a community around Jamaica, of course, but based here in Negril, would give us some attention that we wouldn't get otherwise. And I think we've done a good job of that. I really, really do. And I still believe that we are in the infantile stages of this channel, this platform, this community. And I will, of course, continue to push as much as I possibly can, and to bring attention and awareness to opportunities and what I believe is the greatness of Jamaica and to the greatness of Negril, because there are just so many, negative channels, negative stories out there. And I think a lot of it is super, super clickbaity. I think a lot of it is maintaining this mentality, if it bleeds, it reads, and not necessarily telling the true and accurate, or at least holistically, a more objective experience of what is happening in Jamaica and on the ground in Negril, and kind of bringing different perspectives of this nature to the forum and to this channel. I think it gives people more of a rounded perspective on Jamaica, living here, investing here, retiring here. And hopefully people can make a more informed decision on what they want to do with their lives, what they want to do with their money, where they want to raise their families. And that essentially is the motivation behind this channel and where we are now. Thank you for the question, Camille. I appreciate that. Did not expect to go down that rabbit hole, but thank you. May says, Sizzler will be performing in Negril with Luciano. I don't know when that is. Julia for Justice says the ads, as long as they are short. Okay, cool. All right, thank you for that feedback. George is checking in from DC. Throp, keep up the advocacy. Thank you. I most certainly will. Shane Frank says, and they're having a council election, should make sure the sitting mayor never wins. I will not comment on that. I think that's tomorrow, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Inga, baby, what's going on? Happy Sunday to you. And Inga's chiming in from Orlando, Florida. Rohan says, it's okay, Throp. I think watching a 5-second ad to support the channel is the least we can do. Your channel is changing the way people view Negril and Western Jamaica. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Rohan. Vicus, what's going on? It's been a minute. Hope you are well. Chiming in from London. Garfield says, wow. Sister Luciano at Roots Bamboo. Thank you. Lloyd Roberts says, Throp, I did get an advertisement about 20 or 30 minutes ago. If you're getting paid for the ad, it's okay. If you're not, it's got to go. Yep, definitely getting a few cents from these ads. So appreciate you all watching those ads. Suzette says, I think it will be fun to do. I don't know whose address this is. 416 Toronto, Canada. SK Skipper says, what are some underrated advice that you would have given yourself at the start of your 20s? I mean, start of my 20s, I moved down here like right after college. For me, I think ignorance is bliss. I really didn't know what I was getting into moving down to Jamaica here. I didn't understand the culture. I didn't understand how to do business. I didn't understand business, period. I was 22 years old. What did I know? And so it was a real struggle for me to transition to Jamaica and to transition into a family business. There were so many different dynamics that I couldn't anticipate at play. And I didn't prepare myself at all. So I had a really rough time, first year, I would say, maybe a little bit longer, of transitioning to Jamaica fully, being engulfed here, so to speak. And it was rough, and I didn't at the time, I could tell you, I don't think I liked Jamaica, and I didn't appreciate Jamaica. And it took me a few years to really understand that in perspective and maturity and growth, that I understood that I'm in a very, very lucky place. And I'm lucky to be able to call Jamaica my home, and especially Negril. I'm so lucky to be able to call Negril my home. And I feel very blessed to be here, very blessed for this opportunity to be down here and to also be doing what I'm doing with this channel and this platform. But my advice for young 22-year-old Throp is man, stick to it. It was rough, but it'll be worth it. And then I wish, what would have also helped me, honestly, is if I had explored Jamaica, if I had came out of Negril and just wasn't so I was just so focused on the hotel and on the business, and also obviously making my dad proud and making sure that I exceeded his expectations. And that was, I don't think I realized how much pressure that was on me at the time, but that also played into me having a rough transitionary year to here in Jamaica. So I think exploring Jamaica, to be able to appreciate Jamaica holistically as a country and its culture, I think that would have helped me a lot, because that is exactly what really turned my mind around about making the decision to move here, is when I started traveling around Jamaica. And it's just such a beautiful country in so many different ways. Physically, that's inarguable, but then also the people in different parts of the island. There's nuanced aspects of the culture here. Jamaica is Jamaica for sure, but there's just so many nooks and crannies throughout the country, and exploring many of those nooks and crannies is what made me really, really appreciate Jamaica and really understand how lucky I am to be here. And I try to do, a few road trips a year to kind of reinvigorate that love and that pride that I have for being here and calling Jamaica my home. And so, yeah, long story short, that would be my recommendation for a younger Throp. Travel Jamaica, enjoy Jamaica, appreciate Jamaica. Don't just stay in Negril. And also go to the beach. I didn't go to the beach for a year, even though I live on the beach. I didn't walk. I didn't go in the water, nothing like that. Suzette says, I'd be interested in an episode about running. Good to know, because we got them loaded up, ready to go. I'd be more than happy to do that. We'll do it. Thank you, Suzette. Justin, member for 22 months. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you to the max. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Went up. Can I tell you the amount of clickbait and ignorant, mindless, backwards copycat you see online? You're by far light years ahead of them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I know exactly what you're talking about. And no, I'm not here to kick anybody's channel down or anything like that. But I mean, the things people will do and say for a dollar, man, it's just, and then to the detriment of your own country. And I feel like, if you have a platform or if you have any substantial amount of following on the internet, like you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to the people that follow you, to I think your community, I think to your family, and ultimately your country. We're a very small island here in Jamaica, and we're small. We're like 40,000 subscribers, but I think what we are doing is incredibly, incredibly impactful, and I think we are able to make, hopefully for the better, at least I think in my mind, major shifts in people's minds and also in the direction of their wallets and their money based on the content and discussions that we have on this channel. And, I don't take that sort of thing lightly at all. I don't take it lightly at all. And I'm not saying like I'm the best that's out there or anything like that. I'm just saying I take this very seriously. And I think it's important that others do as well. But hopefully, there's people like you, Justin, and more people become aware of the motives that people have in putting out many times disinformation or sensationalizing certain aspects of what does actually happen. And they make adjustments in their mindsets and how they look at these folks. But yeah, I would definitely encourage more channels to come out with more accurate and objective experiences of what's happening and what's going on here on the ground. And hopefully, I'm motivating people to do that. And yeah, just hope we're having an impact. Thank you for that, Justin. Inga Baby says, Throp, thank you so much for showing the beauty of Jamaica. Absolutely. Kuya says, congrats on reaching 40,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. That is a really great milestone. Happy that we were able to do this together. Appreciate that. Jay Fitz says, sorry to hear about your meniscus. I had to have an operation for my torn meniscus. No fun at all. I mean, goodness, I hope surgery is not on the table at all. I can still run on it. It just becomes very painful afterwards. Yeah, I don't want to go down that path. Sherry K says, I learned so much about Jay from watching your channel. Thanks so much. You're very welcome. My pleasure. How do you deal with the salinity in the air, rusting your tech gear? It's okay. Like my cameras are weather sealed. I haven't, knock on wood, like I haven't had any rusting or oxidation issues with any of my gear so far. I mean, maybe the electronics, something's going on internally, but thankfully I haven't had any issues so far. Inga Baby says, Throp, thank you so much for showing the beauty of Jamaica. Oh, sorry, I read that already. You're welcome. Andrew Blake says, Throp, and being honest, I bought my property just before I heard of you, but in following you, it continues to confirm the decision I made. Thank you for that. Absolutely. You're very welcome. Awesome. So happy to hear. Crossroad Halfway Tree says, Negro's greatest problem is municipality issues. Say it again. That's exactly what I believe that as well. I believe as soon as we get to a point where we have structured governmental leadership that represents Negril on a national stage, I think that would be phenomenal. It would take us to the next level in a big way. Big way. And we kind of just have our own destiny in our own hands, so to speak. Yardy says, Thought took a loss coming back to Jamaica. Look at that view. After all, who gives up NYC for little on the grill? Donnell says, Throp, have you dropped the interviews from Throp X 2023? I didn't take notes like I should have, and I need a few speakers' information. No, so funny you ask. I'm already working with Ramon, who's part of the team. We're trying to get the platform up. We're this week. We're going to make some inroads with the platform. The platform is like if you were at Throp X or you had a virtual ticket, you're going to get access to that, and you'll always have access to that. So what we're basically doing is we're going to build a library of contents for Throp X for past Throp X. So past Throp X's that you have that have been that we've done. So we got 2 years under our belt. So that will be on the platform. So we just decided which one that we're going to go with, and you'll have a username, password, your login, and you'll have access to those particular sessions, and then also all of the contact information for everybody that was on the session as well. Sorry it has taken so long, and sorry for the delay, but it just is taking us a really long time to get ourselves organized and get this stuff out. But it looks great. I started looking at it. I'm so happy that I work with Ramon to get the live stream and the recordings done. I mean, it's so beautiful. The audio is great. It's just leagues above 2022 Throp X. Like the quality is phenomenal. So I'm excited for that. Glad we invested in that. Crossroad says they need to market Western Jamaica as its own unique region. I totally agree with that. Gary Allen says coming out next week. Hope you're around for a chat. Morris helping us with our move out, as well as we have acquired a property, not Negril, but close. Okay, awesome. Congrats on that to you. Garfield says, can you suggest areas in and around the grill that's suitable for residential investment, bill, etc.? So I think for Negril, like one of the best areas that is up and coming for villas is the West End, West End Negril. So I don't know these folks at all, but there is this property called Ripple Negril. It's on the West End. Hold on, I'm just bringing it up. And Misty's always posting them on Capital Casual. So again, I have no idea who these folks are, but I think their property is beautiful. I've flown my drone there when I went to visit somewhere west, which is Angela's property. And let's take a look at their let's look at their gallery real quick. Beautiful property. I've never actually been inside, just only seen it from somewhere west, which is, if you're looking out in the sea, it's to the left. Sorry, it's to the right of somewhere west, and I see it on the road, and it looks really amazing. And I definitely think it's worth shouting them out. Folks making an investment of this nature in Negril, I think is wonderful. And that whole row, like I've alluded to this before, it's like I feel like it's going to be Villa Row. There's other villas there as well on both sides of the road. So you have the cliff side, and then you have, I don't know, the non-cliff side. But there are villas and homes on both sides of that. Obviously, on the cliff side, you get really beautiful sunsets. Let's see here. This is their Instagram. Beautiful rooms. Look at that open kitchen, open dining. Amazing. Let's see. Let's go to their Facebook. It's taking a little while to load here. I might actually switch internet connections in a second. I'll just show you where we are, where that is on the West End. Where are we? Okay, this is, so you know, this is downtown Negril. This is the roundabout here. Excuse me. This is a roundabout here. This is the the cliff. They pass the cliff, the caves, past the Cliff Hotel Jamaica, and then here we are. Like I said, next to Somewhere West, and this is Ripple, and this is Somewhere West. So this is for sale, actually. So this might be a good investment. Actually, might have a video I can show you real quick, which will help me switch internets. And like I said, I feel like this has a potential like to just be villa after villa after villa, like along this road, because this view is beautiful, absolutely breathtaking. And even I would even say like these views from up here as well. You know, you may not be exactly on the cliff, but the view from up here is just stunning, just stunning. So this is we visited here. I don't know if you all remember. For those who were at Throp X, we went to High Life Resort and Spa, and this is the old Coca-Cola Eris house, and it's converted to a resort and spa. And then they're also doing investments there as well, so you can buy villas on this property as well if you're interested. Like the view is, I can't even tell you how beautiful this view is. And we went on a rainy day. And everybody was still like very, very impressed with how beautiful it was. Sorry, getting a little feedback on my mic here. But let's I'm gonna switch it back. Let me show you the video of Angela's place real quick. Hopefully I still have it. And this should just give you an idea of, well, not an idea, but just another. That's if I have it. 1 second. I guess I don't. Oh, I actually do. Okay, hold on. This is Angela's place. So this is for sale. And this is literally right next to Ripple. On the west end of Negril at a very beautiful property that is for sale. It's actually my friend's place, a good friend of mine, and she's selling it. And we're gonna be doing a feature on it on my YouTube channel. And I just wanna show you guys around a little bit before we do the shoot. What could be yours. ChatGPT right there. Beautiful views here. Let's go out to the pool. Doesn't have any water in it right now. This is a saltwater pool. Yeah, they're gonna fill it up for the shoot that we're gonna be doing soon. I don't know if you can see that. Pretty nice views of the coastline. Let's go up. Let me show you some of the views from upstairs and some of the rooms. All right. Remember these? Not too shabby. Imagine waking up to this every day or going to sleep to this every night. So beautiful, like naturally, you don't even need to do anything. If I had the money, I would buy it. Like this is heaven. And the neighborhood is really awesome as well. But yeah, we're gonna be doing the shoot in a couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. And gonna be working directly with my friend, the owner, on getting this up on the channel. And really excited and proud to be a part of this project. Yeah, that's Somewhere West for sale. Sorry, trying to fix that that feedback on the mic. But yeah, that would be long answer. But like, if I were to invest in a villa in Negril, that's probably where I would do it. Just I don't think you can go wrong. And like I said, I've never been to Ripple, but it looks like an amazing property. Joe asks, are channel members supposed to transition to Patreon for the think tank? Yeah. So if you want to join the monthly think tank meetings that we have, the next one is March 9th. You can go ahead and do so on Patreon. So this is actually going to be a a Zoom call. So you'll be able to interact with me directly. Sorry, ignore the date. We'll change that date. So the next one is March 9th. February 10th was the first one that we did. And March 9th will be the next one. The first one was pretty awesome. I really enjoyed hanging out with you all and just interacting with you like directly and live. And so we're going to be doing it again on the 9th and trying to make this this every month. So if you're interested and you want to either switch over from the channel membership to over there, you can do that. Or if you're not a channel member or anything like that, you can go ahead and join the Patreon for the monthly Zoom call. And as much as I love, using the chat feature here on YouTube, it's nothing like interacting with you live and hearing your voices and seeing your faces for those that want to turn their cameras on. Inga Baby says, Jamaica is so beautiful. I wish more of our people would see that. Same. Lloyd Roberts, Throp, I went through a lot when I first came to the USA 54 years ago. Now everything is different. So I do have a taste of what life is being in a new environment. Yep. I know all about that as well. Thank you for your empathy. Phoenix says, yes, Throp, please continue to shine light on the positive aspects of living in Jamaica. I saw a video recently that was highlighting the gangs and extreme poverty in certain parts of Jamaica. A little scary. I will definitely keep putting out my content, especially for somebody considering to move there. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I feel like there are just so many, and I'm not saying I haven't seen that video, and I'm not saying that aspects of that video aren't true, but that is not what and who Jamaica is by any stretch of the imagination, not even close. I just feel like so many people are living their absolute best lives out here in different parts of the country. And to say that Jamaica deserves to be at a level 4 warning level from the United States, or that this is a gang-ridden country and that you can't have a prosperous life and you can't raise a family here, it's just like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? So I'm not here to paint a picture of rainbows, butterflies, and cotton candy either. Absolutely not. We talk about the hard and challenging aspects of Jamaica on this channel all the time. And to me, I think one of the disservices that Jamaica has done to itself a long time ago, I would say, but I feel like it used to just sweep a lot of the issues that it has under the carpet. And if you don't identify and accept that you have a problem, how can you ever fix it? And if you keep kicking the can down the road, you'll never progress as a community, you'll never progress as a country. So I think now the country is at a point where it's mature enough to have hard conversations, and I think it's so important that we do that. But at the same time, hard conversations don't necessarily mean sensationalizing the challenges that we have for the sake of views or for the sake of getting attention. And that's where I have a problem with certain channels, certain influencers out there. But like I said, everybody do what they got to do. I'm going to do what I got to do out here. Clive Thompson says Jamaica's development and built environment over the next 10 years is going to be fantastic, as long as the supporting infrastructure is built to support new residential property being built. Miss Cookie says torn meniscus surgery was a piece of cake. I was 69 and walking within a week. Okay. Challenge accepted. Hopefully I don't have to do that, but good on you. Congrats with that. Grimy says, Throp, can you comment on the quality of the Starlink internet in Jamaica? Is it anything close to 150, 200 megabyte download? I don't know. I don't have it. I have friends that have it, and they swear by it. I don't know the exact speed, but they are very happy with it. I'll say that. Jeff Holman says, just watch your Shirella in interview. Great content. Thank you so much. We're supposed to be talking about that here today, but we've gone on a whole other tangent in the comments. I guess that's what happens when I skip a week of live streaming, but I'm very happy to do this. Chisha says, just joining in. Happy Sunday. Absolutely beautiful property. My dream home. Yeah, I love that property. And if you're interested, please contact Maura. Just, I mean, you'd have to Google this. I don't have her contact off the top of my head. I'm sure if you type in Maura Watson Real Estate Jamaica, you will find her contact information. I have no doubt about that. I'm just putting that in the comments. And so for those who are interested in somewhere west as an investment, I mean, I think it's worth looking into. Inga Baby says, wow, that property is absolutely beautiful. I agree. I think it's lovely. Wow, amazing property. How can I get more information on it? Right there. Let me see if I can help you guys out here. Let's see if I could help you out more. Watson, Jamaica. All right, let's see if I can find the exact link. No, I can't. I'm gonna see if I have her. I'm bringing up her video. I'm just seeing if I have her contact information in the video. Ah, yes, you are in luck. Okay, great. I'm throwing it on in the chat right here. There you go. Everything you need to know about contact and more about that property, website, email, WhatsApp, all of that. Dr. Travel and Show says, just joining the live. What did I miss as it relates to land availability and prices? Didn't go over anything like that. We did go over recently a property for sale on the West End, somewhere west. If you scroll back a little bit, I just put the realtor's contact information in the comment section there. Carrie says, Throp, how... I can't read what you wrote, man. You translate, I'd appreciate that. Wanna address your comment or question there. Garrett says, every country has crime challenges. There are places here in Atlanta that I avoid. Yardy says, nice property. Who needs sand? Wow, I see Airbnb. That property, this is seafront overload. Nobody can endure personal residence day after day paradise hangover. Yes, the recovery from meniscus surgery was very quick, and I'm a 60-year-old man. Good to know. Good to know. Yardy says Throp has no body fat. That's why he has knee problems, troubles. The cushion of the fat as a source for cartilage is overlooked in favor of vanity. If you can't run with 10% body fat, you are not very strong. I would say my problem came in is I didn't go to the gym. I mean, if you're a runner, you know you've got to do strength training. I did nothing. I mean, I want to say I did almost nothing for close to 2 years. All I did was run. And when I came into the sport, I came in at 180 pounds, probably 178, 179, as a matter of fact. I never hit 180 pounds. I'm 5'10", by the way. But I was like muscle. Like I was pushing up 225 on the bench, like very, very easily. And I was running marathons with that weight. But I was too heavy and too much muscle. Running with muscle, more blood circulation, you're just completely inefficient. So anyway, I got down to like 160 just naturally, and also not hitting the weights and, intake of proteins, switched to more of a carb-loaded diet, and, didn't hit the weights. And this is why my knee is bothering me more than anything else. And it was a very silly move on my part. I was running the fastest times that I ever ran, but like, who knows? I could have been a lot faster. And also the longevity of my body being able to take the pounding would have been probably a much better. So I do believe I'm going to come back from this for sure. I just need to focus on it. I just haven't. I'm going to hit the bottom. I'm going to hit the weight. And I'm also I'm heavy for the times that I'm running. I'm heavy. Even at 160, I'm heavy. And you see the guys who are running like times and faster, they're like like 145, 148, some of them a little like lighter than that. So, will I get down to that weight? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't plan on it. I don't want to be like one of those super skinny marathoners. Nothing, not there's anything wrong with that. Maximum respect to all of them. But that's not one of the things that I'm willing to do. I want to do. I want to be able to continue to eat everything and be okay. But yeah, back to the weight room for me, and we'll figure this knee thing out hopefully in a short time. SK Skipper says, "What would your approach? What would be your approach if you were to expand our base in another country? Would you explore first and meet locals like in JA? For sure, for sure. Like I always tell people, if you're thinking about moving to Jamaica, and especially if you don't have like a set city, town, community that you want to move to, and even if you do, I still think you should explore Jamaica. Like live in, Negril for 2 weeks, Ochi for a week, Port Antonio for a week, so on and so forth. Like there's every little city, every little community has a different vibe, and you may think you know what you want until
Hello everyone, thanks for joining the tour today, and we're going to be taking a look at the newly renovated bungalows, or otherwise now known as the cottages, which we've gone through about half of them so far, and we're looking at cottages number 4 and 8 at this time, and this is just a view of the balcony. We changed the entrance from being in the middle, and so if you are familiar with the property, there used to be an entrance for 2 rooms in one of these bungalow housing structures, and now each bungalow, each room has their own entrance to the side and a little bit more privacy as well, because we split the balconies. So you don't necessarily have to talk to the neighbor if you don't want to, but you can of course go around if you would like. And moving into the room itself, these are brand new beds and frames and new design with the throw pillows and the standard pillows in the back there. And then you can also see the kitchenette unit that we renovated, and we'll get to in a second. Also, we added a working desk with a charging station, so you have USB and also Type-C there as well, right below the television. And that's for anybody who wants to get some work done, especially those work from home people. And this is a wider view of the room, and I just want to make note of the AC, because these used to be fan cooled rooms, and now we got rid of the louver windows, and so now it's completely sealed up, if you will, with, as far as the windows go, brand new windows. And also want to bring attention to the ceilings. So the ceilings used to be flat, and now we brought them up to an apex to give a little bit more room and make it feel a little bit more spacious, but still maintain the coziness. And also bringing some more attention to the far right corner of the kitchenette that we have, and we'll get to that in a second, and also the newly renovated bathroom. So we basically gutted this entire place. Even the floor tiles are brand new as well. And this is another angle of the bed, and just want to bring some attention to the LED bed frame, as well as the embedded nightstands and lamps, and another view of the kitchenette, I should say. And as you can see, it has basically all the utensils and tools that you might need to cook a meal. Included is a mini fridge there down on the left, and a hot plate, coffee maker, ice bucket, all the knives and utensils that you may need to feed a small family. Not necessarily Thanksgiving dinner, but you can definitely chef it up in there, especially if you're staying for an extended period of time. This might be a perfect type of accommodation for you. And that essentially is the kitchen. And now moving on to the bathroom. And as I mentioned before, like floor to ceiling, new floor tiles, new ceiling tiles. We got the LED frame around the mirror to give a little bit more lights. We changed out the square louver windows for the ship window, I guess you can call it. And we got the rainfall shower head and the glass frame shower door. Even the towel holders, those are all new. And again, trying to bring together everything in the room, the kitchenette, and to complete the cottage experience, if you will. So very happy and proud of how this was done, and really wanted to give a modern look and feel to this new room category, the cottage. And so also with this wider angle, want to bring attention to the closet. So you got some drawer space there, and you got some hanging space as well, and your safe, of course, and the ironing board is on the other side in between the closet and the window there. And yeah, another angle of the room, and also want to bring attention to that long standing mirror there, so full frame mirror. And that essentially is the bungalow, and this is kind of our way of paying homage to my dad and where he started from with this hotel, Travelers Beach Resort. Started right with one bungalow and grew to the 60-room resort that Travelers Beach Resort is now. And my dad hasn't seen it as yet physically. I think he's seen pictures and everything like that. So just want to share this renovation with you all. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. So back to our regularly scheduled program.
Hello and welcome. If this is your first time visiting, a special welcome to you. We got a special feature today. We are doing a driving tour of Negril, Jamaica, particularly focusing on the West End. And I'd say like this is pretty typical in terms of traffic on the West End. It's not really a crowded place. The roads are narrow, but it's relatively safe as far as traffic goes. I guess because it's like so windy, you're forced to slow down, and also there are just not a lot of cars there. I bike here, I run here as well, and I like it a little bit better than the beach in the sense of there just not being that many cars passing and driving towards you. It's La Mirage Hotel. That's the sister property to Shirella Inn. Both great small properties, locally owned. Seems like I'm driving fast, but I don't think I'm driving fast. These properties are just like whizzing by. There's Ivan's, otherwise known as Catch a Falling Star. Again, one of my favorite restaurants, I would say, too. Highly recommend them. They do really good stuff, great service and great food. Coming up here on the right, this is the world famous Rick's Cafe, where you can do cliff jumping if you are brave enough, but it's definitely, I would say, the most popular place, bar in Negril, place to go in Negril. LTU, that's a popular expat bar. And they do their famous Halloween party every October as well. Never been, but I hear stories. I hear it's a lot of fun. Little girl saying hello. Right, we are going deeper into the West End. We're almost in deep West End, but not quite there yet. And coming up on the right is the Caves, which is known as a very exclusive property. A lot of celebrities have been there and stayed there before. I actually went there for dinner the other day, which was very nice. Had dinner in the Caves. Very nice. And this is our famous lighthouse. Unfortunately, it has been privatized, so like from what I understand, there's no more tours to the lighthouse, which is unfortunate. I've never been. It's just like one of those things you just take for granted. You're like, oh, you'll get there sometime, and then next thing you know, somebody buys it and you can't go in. But it's still an important part of Negril nonetheless. Then on the right is Whoopi's, which was just a famous chill-out spot back in the day, particularly during the spring break heyday in the late 90s, early 2000s. Hello and welcome. If this is your first time visiting, a special welcome to you. We got a special feature. Sorry, my computer went crazy for a second. I don't know why my mic wasn't working. Everything was hooked up, but I think we're okay now. I almost thought we needed to cut the internet, but it was there's a hardware cut the live stream, but it was a hardware issue. Sorry about that. Somebody's watching here live, and she came running over, saying, "You're on mute. You're on mute." Appreciate you. Sorry, let's. Travel up, but I think I can't even remember where I was. We were on some of the map. Oh, something. Grammy says, ever heard "Buy When There's Blood in the Streets"? Jamaica is the third largest English-speaking nation in Western Hemisphere. Investors are waking up. I'm waking up. Miss Cookie says, St. Elizabeth, the bread basket. That's right. Chelsea says, please hit the like button. Please do. Elle says, hello all. Hello to you. Yep, I see all the sound comments here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The Williams family says, yes, the Starlink is amazing, better than Digicel and Flow. There you go. Listed in the South, stopping by. Thanks for saying hi. Yardy says, you got to train in the hills of cross country. Thought, I honestly don't know why Jamaica doesn't produce competitive distance runners. Soundcheck. Yeah, I agree. Like, that's one thing I'm just like, man, we have so much untapped talent, athletic talent here in Jamaica. But I was telling you, like I said this before, like I was looking for a coach here in Jamaica when I first started running, but like the highest distance coach that I was able to find was 5K, and I obviously needed to go to marathon. And I just think that there is so much potential and a lot of wasted talent. But it's also like a mindset shift as well, culturally. Like coming up, everybody wants to run the 100, and if you can't run the 100, you do the 200, so on and so forth. And so I think culturally, I mean, running is such a cultural sport, right? And so I think there needs to be a shift in that. I've tried before to start a running club here in Negril, but it came with a lot of challenges, and it's just hard to recruit people and to be consistent. And I'm so passionate about it. I got very frustrated after a few months, and I was like, man, I just need to focus on my running as opposed to roping people in. Perhaps I'll revisit that again someday in the future. Yari says, I used to run up Malvern Hill from Santa Cruz to Monroe as a kid. That's what happens if the bus breaks down or if you miss it back in the day. 12 miles, you factor in 15 minutes per mile, you make it before your bell ring. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Clarity Media says, it's a blessing to be connected to the grill in some way when I'm in the U.S. Thank you for your consistency in the content and information that I look forward to and often rely on Winthrop and Throp team. You're very welcome, Clary. Julie for Justice says, I was so impressed by with the staff and service of Travelers. It was the best I've experienced anywhere in Jamaica. Thank you so much. That's great to hear. If you have money, you can make it work anywhere in Jamaica, full stop. Don't let the crime scare you away. Well said, Sherry says, I too have stayed at Travelers and the experience was great. That was even before the upgrade. Thank you so much. Thanks for the feedback. Synthwave Pro, good to see you, man. Maybe when I'm in Jamaica, when we can hit them weight training sessions. Throb, nice to see you're still pushing Jamaica. Oh, I would very much enjoy that. I would very much enjoy to hit the weights with you, man. Just let me know. Hello Africa says, can you get a little? Can you get title for land if you have is a bank transfer statements to show that you paid for it? I am not sure. I am not the one to ask that. I would recommend you reach out to Dawn Gray. You can Google her. Just Dawn Gray, attorney at law in Jamaica, and that's who I recommend anything real estate. Best person to ask. But Cheryl Butler says, would like to meet you spring break if possible. I should be around. Micah, what's going on? Says, wish I was there right now. Yeah, it ain't too bad. Ain't too bad here. Phoenix is me said, I definitely joined for sure. Running as a whole vibe. It definitely is. It definitely is. And I most certainly enjoy it. Erica says, I commented earlier during technical issues, but I just wanted to make sure we recognize attorney Dawn Gray. Yes, I did. I said it, but I don't think everybody heard me praising her. She's a great real estate attorney and the one I always recommend. Shayna Love Coaching says running track and field is ingrained in the Jamaican culture. I have met a Jamaican or first generation Jamaican that never participated in track or running in general. Yeah, it really, really is. But yeah, if we can get these kids to start doing distance, man, we just need one, that would inspire the others. And I think we could kill it in in the marathon in general. But just need the coaching, just need the leadership. We have all the elements, we have the hills, we have the heat. It's just like one of the worst and best places to train for marathons. I can tell you from firsthand experience. It's very, very tough. But then when you go to other parts of the world to actually race, you do phenomenally well because it's so challenging here to train. Peter says you need more cheap backpacker spots, maybe with tents renting, etc. Backpacking hype is real though. People also don't have that much money right now through inflation. 10 US for jerk / breakfast is too much. I agree. I really sincerely agree with this statement, Peter. But I will say Jamaica, and I've said this many times on this podcast before, Jamaica without a doubt is moving in a luxury direction from a destination living standpoint, and then also from a hospitality travel standpoint. And you look at all the new hotels that are coming on board; these are all 5-star hotels. Jamaica is not building, at least in a mass production way, 3 2-star hotels. However, I do think there is an opportunity in the market, a huge opportunity in the market for this exact demographic, because we do need this demographic to come here, especially with young people. We do need more young people coming to Jamaica, and not everybody will be able to afford, $500 a night or whatever it is at these 5-star hotels. And how do we start introducing Jamaica to people, to young person who's 18 years old? And these hotels are just like the medium is just very, very high. And don't get me wrong, it is expensive, very, very expensive from a utilities perspective to run and operate a hotel. It's no joke. But nonetheless, if you do have a place that's, say, non-AC, fan cooled, very affordable construction, I think the margins could benefit you as an investor to attract this demographic, because a lot of people aren't coming into the market at that level. And so I absolutely agree that we should be paying more attention, or at least a little bit more focus on attracting that level of traveler, because those are the people that will get to fall in love with Jamaica at 18 years old, go on to have a great career, and perhaps come on a vacation every couple of years to Negril or to Jamaica. And perhaps they start, when they are able to move up the corporate ladder, so to speak, or their careers start flourishing a little bit, they start coming every year. Then they start coming with their families and kids. And then they decide, hey, maybe I'm going to spend, as I get further along in my career, maybe I'll spend a month in Jamaica, maybe I'll spend 2 months, maybe I'll retire here. And like, that is exactly what is happening here now. Mr. Grizzle is talking about it in the interview, is that right now the hippies who are now retired business executives and have been successful in their medical careers or their law careers, now they're retiring here and they're spending 6 months out of the year here in Jamaica. They're skipping their winters in their hometowns, and they've decided to make Jamaica their winter getaway, or they've decided to make Jamaica the place that they want to retire. And subsequent to that, they've been bringing their families here year after year, their children when they were infants and when they were teenagers, and they have allowed their children to fall in love with Jamaica. So the pipeline and the cycle is very important for us to cultivate and to continue. And if we don't do that, then 20 years from now, when we are looking to have more younger and say the 30 and 40-year-olds of the future, they've never experienced Jamaica, or they've never considered coming here because it has always been too expensive, then where is that market? And so I always thought that spring break did a lot for that demographic, and a lot for the folks and the millennials who are coming here now. That spring break has created that pipeline, that current pipeline that we have now of, I would say, even millennials who are here now. So I always think of that. But great point. Cheryl Butler says interested in purchasing land. I don't know if that was a continued thought from before, but you said you'd like to meet me in spring break. Gotcha. So yeah, I should be around. Oren says, I heard the touchdown view of the newly opened Ian Fleming Airport is amazing, breathtaking as many other parts of Jamaica. The economy is turning around, and I feel good about Jamaica's future. Shane LeCochin says, Dawn Gray will forever live rent-free in my head. Not the baby mother. Throp X 2022. Yeah. I remember that. That was hilarious. Peter says they are the future. Yes, they are the people with social media. Young backpackers today are the investors of tomorrow. Absolutely 100% believe that. We have a handful of backpacking places here in Negril. Let me shout out a couple of them. Judy's house and here in Negril. That's one. There's also Drifters Bar. That's another good backpacking hostel. Just trying to bring up. Yeah, these are like the top two that came up here. So let's bring up Drifters Bar real quick. So this is Drifters. This is a backpacking place. This is on the beach. This is there could be. I mean, this is the only one that I know on the beach. This is what I would consider. It's a hostel. And then you also got they have live music there as well. And then Judy's house, that's the other one that I was talking about. This is on the west end. And I've been inside once, maybe twice. I had a friend stay there. It's like its own little community, which I think is cool. And yeah, it caters to your global backpacker. And both places are pretty central, like in terms of like needing to get around. That's Judy right there. And obviously Drifters, you can just go, you're right on the beach, so you can just walk anywhere from there. Judy's house, you just got to go down the lane, and you can catch a taxi from the main road when you go down the lane. But yeah, shout out to those hostels. What's going on, Rude Boy? Nick's Diary chiming in from Norway. Awesome. I used to spend a lot of time in Norway. Man, has it been 10 years? It's been 10 years. I used to date somebody from Norway, so I used to go to Norway quite some time. Really enjoy it there. Nick's chiming in from Oslo. So you spent a good amount of time in Oslo, went up to Trondheim for a few days, but mostly in Oslo. Absolutely love Norway. I could live in Norway. Some people don't like it, and the cold. Obviously, I haven't spent winters there. I was always there for around the 17th of May. Well, I was there for 17th of May, and then in the spring summer. So I never got the brutal winters, 6 months of darkness kind of situation. But from what I experienced, I did enjoy it there. Hello Africa says cheap accommodation sounds like a good way to reconnect Jamaican youth, especially the ones who lost touch with Jamaica. Good point. Grimy says I wish more things, more industries could be emphasized than tourism, agriculture, markets and production, finance, gastronomy, etc. Where are the opportunities for business development now? Great point. I always say, I think there's a lot of opportunity for Jamaica to diversify um, into different industries. I always talk about tech and the opportunity there. And like we've been kind of like the theme here of today is kind of, Jamaica moving in the right direction in many ways. I was just reading this article I just pulled up here. I'll bring it up, and I'm just gonna bring your comment down, Grimy. And it says Jamaica closer to being removed from the FATF's gray list. The Financial Action Task Force has approved an on-site visit to assess the effectiveness and sustainability of the measures Jamaica has implemented to address deficiencies in its anti-money laundering and countering of the financing of terrorism regime. It brings Jamaica closer to removal from the International Watchdog's gray list. The approval for the FATF's America's Joint Group to conduct the on-site assessment was made on Friday at FATF's February 2024 plenary meeting in Paris. A media release from Jamaica's finance minister said the move is based on the fact that Jamaica has largely completed the 13-point action plan agreed with the FATF in February 2020. It said as of today, Jamaica is compliant or largely compliant with 37 of the 40 FATF recommendations. Significantly, today Jamaica is fully compliant with both recommendations 24 and 25, which address the transparency and beneficial ownership of legal persons and arrangements, a very rare achievement with the global network of countries. With regards to 3 recommendations with which we are partially compliant, Jamaica has already taken important steps towards compliance, the ministry said. The outstanding items are Recommendation 7, targeted financial sanctions related to proliferation, Recommendation 8, nonprofit organization NPOs, and Recommendation 15, new technologies. Today's development is further evidence of the fact that whatever Jamaica focuses on, Jamaica can achieve. We have made considerable progress over the past few years in improving Jamaica's AML CFT framework through focused, determination, collaborative effort with support from our bilateral, multilateral partners. Minister of Finance Dr. Nigel Clark commented. He said Jamaica is ready to showcase to the America's Joint Group the success and growth of the various initiatives the country has implemented as the final step in the process for delisting. The FATF will have its next plenary in June 2024, and I look forward to their press release at the end of the plenary while we continue to steadfastly build on the solid foundations we have laid. The FATF is an intergovernmental organization tasked with monitoring countries and organizations suspected of fraudulent financial practices such as money laundering, funding terrorist groups, or financing weapons of mass destruction. So I thought that was like another great sign of Jamaica moving forward and moving in the right direction financially. I know we always talk about the debt to GDP ratio always going down. At least we're on track for that. And this again is another feather in the cap of Jamaica and how it's been managing its finances over the last few years and how we're being recognized from an international perspective and an international standard as being a fiscally sound country, or at least on the path to being a fiscally sound country. And so I think this is all great news for Jamaica and the direction it continues to move in. And I thought that was just important to highlight here today. Man. Nick Starr says, how can I reach out to you for an interview, Mr. Throp? I watch your videos every day. You're a beacon of hope for Jamaica. Thank you very much. We have a process. You can actually email Candice at thropmedia.com. And she can see if you fit the criteria. But we have a lot of productions coming up. We actually we've been putting off some production based on what we have lined up, which I'm continue to be very excited to share with you all. We have I don't even want to say what it is that's coming up on Saturday, but we have, I think it's going to be one of the biggest ones that we've done so far. And it depends on how the editing process goes on whether I'll announce it on I guess we could talk about it. I mean, it's going to come out either this week or next week. But anyway, we I was able. I guess you guys are here on the live stream. I don't see why I can't talk about it. We visited the Pinnacle last week, and we had a very very awesome meeting interaction with the team at the Pinnacle, and we got a lot of, I would say, I don't. Can you call it insider information, or at least information that I wasn't privy to on how the ideation of this development got started, and it's the biggest development currently in Jamaica. And I am so excited to share that with you. We actually got to meet the developer, and we did a tour with him of the site. We sat down with two prominent members of the leadership team as well. And yeah, we're working on that this week, and we're going to be dropping that, hopefully, fingers crossed, this weekend. So you're on a live stream and you get some inside information, and I will be for sure announcing it this week as we lead up to it, and make sure that hopefully you all can make the premiere this weekend. And then says, just came back from visiting and was there in September. Looking forward to the landing view of Boscoville Airport. One day I might just take that flight, even though I have no business on that side of the island that I can think of right now. Ulitz Technologies, I think your investors would also be interested in hearing what the Financial Times magazine had to say about Jamaica's economy a few weeks ago. Yep, I read that article. I thought it was just awesome that we're getting that type of recognition as a country from such a prestigious financial magazine newspaper. Hello Africa says, the money fund, the universal income would come from tourism, similar to how oil dividends is given in Alaska. Grimy says, are there notable meridians west of Ocho Rios through Negril? I am unsure. Okay, this was not the live stream that I was expecting to give. We were supposed to be talking about Mr. Grizzle and the interview that I did with him, but we will do that next. We'll do that next week. I think we're going to end this right there. That was, oh, I didn't even know that this does that. Hold on, does it do it? I don't know how I did the thumbs up. No, I look crazy, right? But anyway, this was a fun live stream and a great way to catch up with everybody. Glad the rain held up. I thought it was going to rain. I thought I was going to have to rush out there and grab my camera. But I think we're going to end the stream right there. That was a lot of fun. We have a very busy week ahead of us here at Throp Media. We're supposed to be shooting some content, but I don't think the weather is going to be cooperating with us. But we'll see. Who knows? But you can look out for that Pinnacle. You can look out for that Pinnacle video this weekend, all being well. I am very, very excited to share that whole experience of spending the day with that team. I think they're doing some special things over there, and it's awesome that they've chosen to do it here in Jamaica. All right, thank you all for joining us here on this Sunday live stream. Here live from the grill, here live from Travelers Beach Resort in the grill. Always appreciate your time. If you haven't already, please watch that interview that I did with Daniel Grizzle. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. And for some reason, there are people who are on this live right now who are not subscribed to the channel. How is that even possible? You don't want to miss out on more of this content. You don't want to miss out on more of these live streams as we go along throughout the year. And hit that like button, of course, again, one more time. All right, everybody, I'm wishing you a great week ahead. I will see you back here, same time, same place, next week, Sunday, live from the grill. Thanks for joining. Have a great week. See you soon. Peace.